Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Ratchet Deadlocked Part 16. We're at this arid and sandstorm planet. We're pretty much beginning right where the previous challenge ended. Where this short, narrow corridor, rounded corridor, we're gonna be blasting down these enemies of our rocket launcher, trusty rocket launcher. It's already a V5, already halfway to being fully upgraded. Upgrades really fast because it doesn't take very many kills to upgrade it. And I'm just using it a lot because it's just, one of the best weapons in the game. We only have one robot with us right now. We only rescued one robot from that previous mission. There's only one robot available to us. What difference does it make? Our robot friends are pretty useless anyways. I could save 55 million and they'd still be pretty useless. 0 times 0 is 0, and that's how much education these robots have, how smart they are, if anything. These robots aren't very smart at all. It's almost like they got educated at, I don't know, some place has a bad education system, maybe. Or maybe they just use TikTok as their only source of information for learning about stuff. TikTok is always true and accurate about everything, and no one ever uses TikTok to tell lies about things or to make up information, right? They're always true about everything, and these robots are of course going to believe everything they are told, because they are robots. That's part of what makes them robots. They just mindlessly believe everything they're told without question or without thought. Because if droids could think, there'd be none of us. If robots could think, there'd be none of us. I mean, these robots are clearly not the main heroes of this game. Ratchet's the only real hero of this game, which is why this game is called Ratchet Deadlocked. Of course, we're actually being the monkey, the Peepo monkey from Ape Escape. I guess they're the real hero this time around. He didn't get to be the main hero of the original Ape Escape. He probably just managed to escape Spike or whoever it was who was supposed to capture him. And now, he's in this game now. Got a second chance at being a great hero. Kinda like that guy in Galaxy Quest that was just a generic, red shirt that's supposed to get killed. And yet, somehow his actor managed to get on some adventure with the other main actors. And then when they brought back the show and they revived the show, you got to be a main character finally after so many years of just being some generic guy that gets killed. You get to this monkey's like he's getting another opportunity to be a hero in a game. A better game than what he may have been placed into anyways, because there aren't really many great Ape Escape games. It's been like 20 years since the last time we've had a real Ape Escape game. And the only Ape Escape games made since then, since 2006, were just spin-off games. Yeah, spin-offs are nice, but I'd rather have a real classic Ape Escape game. Then again, we should be glad that Ape Escape at least got a trilogy. That's more games than what a lot of other franchises got. Vector Man never got a trilogy. Dynamite Heady never got a trilogy. Tomba never got a trilogy. That's more games than what Tomba ever got. A lot of great games don't get a lot of sequels like that. So Ape Escape's actually pretty lucky it got what it got. And all 3 games are all really good, which, it's better to have a series of only 3 good games than it is to have a long-running series of tons of crappy games. Some people say the Ratchet and Clank games made after the PS2 era weren't that good, but I have no way to know because I haven't really played any of those very much, so I have no way really to confirm any of that. It's kind of that one robot, go through all those, the one robot working overtime. Not that it really matters because he's, very useless, because he's just very useless. But that robot's just working overtime. It's going to be getting this zip line thing. We can activate the zip line thing so we can zip down here. And sometimes he doesn't even do that. Sometimes you tell him the command, he just doesn't zip line over. You have to tell him 55 times before he says things. Okay, I'm going to do this now. He's very delayed. He's very I don't know. It's like slow down almost. It's like inside of his mind. It's a computer that probably runs Windows 95, which is probably why it's so frickin' slow. You know how much Bob Rivers loved Windows 95? He loved it so much that he made a song about it. The Windows 95 sucks song. And there's the other robot there. I'm gonna go rescue him because the game forces us to. Not because I want to, because the game is making us save the other robot, rescue him from the clutches of this evil, of this lair, it's probably just something Gleam and Vox set up as part of the challenges of this game's challenges. It's not because I want to, it's because it's just what the game is forcing us to do. I don't think that robot deserves to be saved. This isn't really a game, I think, that has multiple timelines depending on what you do in the game. What you do in the game can result in different things happening. Kind of like in Mega Man X2 and Mega Man X3, where it's if you don't fight these robots in these certain parts of the level that randomly come up, you'll get a different ending or something like that. I don't think this game has any different endings, or it doesn't even have like a good ending or a bad ending or a regular ending or a special ending. I don't even think there's very many additional things to find in the levels, really. It's just simply play for the levels, and that's it. It's simplistic, and yet it's good, because simpler often is better. Complexity doesn't make something good. Like, I remember getting all the gems in the original Crash Bandicoot was a real hassle, which is why if I'm ever going to Let's Play a game, it's probably not going to be 100% run for that reason. Simpler is better. Not cramming so much crap into a game, especially when it's so challenging to get, is not always a good idea. In fact, a lot of the time it's not. We have over 1 million bolts. Now I'm now officially a bolt millionaire. Assuming I don't spend any more bolts on anything for the time being, I'm going to continue to be a bolt millionaire and watch my fortune grow. And it's just growing every second. Like, every second goes by, I always earn tons of bolts. And I choose a challenge, I think that's like that, where we start off with so many bolts and it gradually decreases over time. And you have to, like, make sure you always have bolts. Some sort of, like, modded challenge that someone made for Ratchet and people in the Ratchet and Clank games. If people go, apparently there are mods for Ratchet and Clank. I wish they could mod more characters into the Ratchet and Clank games. Wouldn't that be awesome if you could play as your favorite OCs in Ratchet and Clank? I know, I think that would be pretty awesome. This rocket launcher is just really killing off these other turrets. These turrets that look like there's a bunch of rocket launchers ready to be blasted. Just blasting that guy several times and he's still not dead yet. I'm just gonna use this mine gun because I haven't really used it that much yet. And yeah, it's only at 7. It's only at level 7 already. I've had it since somewhat early in the game now. It's one of the oldest weapons I've had in this game, and it doesn't even do anything against these enemies. How pathetic. I think the reason why the weapons you get earlier in the game don't upgrade as fast is you only really get upgrades from killing other enemies. And because those weapons are pretty weak, it takes several hits to kill a single enemy, and it's gonna run out to kill the enemies. That doesn't add anything to its like, experience or its whatever level that, the experience points allows it to be upgraded. It just doesn't, so it's like it doesn't count. All those hits you made against that thing didn't count because you didn't kill it. So I take out the fusion rifle, which is already fully upgraded, so it wouldn't really add anything to that because it's, well, fully upgraded, the fusion rifle. And we head off into the desert now. This makes us run out to the desert. And that completed the mission complete, or something like that, or successu. We're gonna do some more challenges. I always have to do the optional challenges. Are they really optional then? And this one is pathetically easy. We're just driving the ATV. It's like ATV Off-Road Fury, but it's Ratchet and Clank and we get weapons. We're supposed to drive through the rings, these Spyro the Dragon rings, in this arid desert thing that looks like it was stolen from Jack Free. I'm pretty sure this was in Jack Free. I remember Jack Free had a level that was like this, where you just drive some sort of ATV thing through the desert, the windy, dusty desert where sand would constantly blow in your eyes unless you have like a face shield or something like that. And it's driving through. The rings don't really add much, but assuming you have half a brain, you've mastered this game by now, this is nothing. This is pathetically easy. I mean, even a monkey could do it. Well, clearly he is. I'm playing as a monkey right now. I'm not even hitting anything. I'm not even, like, goofing or anything like that. I just got through the level. Only have 1 second to spare. I guess that's where the challenge is. There's just no... I got 32,000 bolts for that. Yeah, that's way more bolts than I deserve. I'm pretty sure the easier challenges give you more bolts. Oh, look, it's one of these challenges. The Land Stalker. These on-rails Land Stalker levels. Oh boy, remember how fun these were in one of those earlier levels? And oh boy, they're back. They're back with a vengeance. They're back to send everything they have at me. And they're trying to do all they can to prevent me from reaching 60,000 score, whatever you say that in Japanese. There's a reading where it says score on the right, in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. It's blasting all the targets. These targets don't seem to be as hard to kill as they were earlier, because they don't have those round, circular sphere shield things on them, so they get killed off a lot easier. Look, there's like a huge plethora of them. It's easy to just lock onto them and go blasting around. I want to see a little bit of Sonic Adventure 2, where you get to play as Tails or Dr. Eggman. You get to drive some mech thing and shoot at a bunch of targets. That was fun, but it's not really Sonic-like. That's one of the things I didn't like about Sonic Adventure 2 that much. It's like you have to do so much of that just to get a little bit of pure Sonic fun. Oh, wow, that game fell flat on its face. Not that it's really bad. It just failed at being a Sonic game. If it wasn't a Sonic game, it'd probably just be a lot better, I think, because it wouldn't be branded as a Sonic game. I remember mentioning in another video that I played that game a lot before because it was the only game I had at one point in time. But now I have better games like this game, Ratchet Deadlocked. If this is the only game I ever had, yeah, sure, I'd probably just play it a lot more. And then eventually just become the one game I've played more than any other game ever. It'd probably hold the record for me for being my most beaten game ever. I would have beaten it more than I've beaten probably tons of other games. Just driving this mech thing around. Oh, I think I hit that score thing. Yes, and I already completed the score goal, and my health is still really good. It's pretty much imminent at this point that I did this on the first attempt. I guess the game wanted to be more balanced, and figured, that other challenge we gave you was just like this. It took several hours for you to beat that one challenge, so we'll make it easier this time. We'll purposely make it easier for you this time, so you can just clear it in only one attempt. I think now it taking us back to the homeworld. I think we're gonna get another news report from Dallas and Juanita. The same Ratchet's plowing through more of the challenges, he's flying through them, he's becoming a greater threat to the galaxy and a greater threat to Seaman Vox, and then the only thing left that could possibly stop this evil Ratchet is, of course, the greatest hero in the galaxy. No, it's not Captain Quark, it's, you guessed it, Ace Hardlight. They're going over more of the crimes that this Ratchet committed over the years. Apparently, being part of the motorbike gang from the second game is considered a crime, apparently. Yeah, Ace Hardlight is the only hero who can possibly stop them. He's gonna go after Ratchet, and he's gonna finally beat him, and show Ratchet who's the real boss, who's the real alpha male in this huge challenge. He doesn't know that Ratchet has a bunch of secrets hidden up his sleeve. He has a huge arsenal, and a much bigger brain than Ace Hardlight. His head is just filled with hard light. Do you really think hard light is smart? Of course it's not smart. It's just light that somehow got to become hard, like a solid substance. Sounds like something they invented in Red Dwarf. Pretty sure Red Dwarf had that at one point. It was called like hard light. Sounds like something that's physically impossible. Like a lightsaber. Lightsabers are physically impossible. It completely destroys the laws of physics. But since when did sci-fi writers ever care about the laws of physics? Sci-fi never cared about laws of physics. That's why it's called sci-fi. The "fi" in it means fiction, and fiction's supposed to go against the laws of physics or go against whatever would be physically impossible or make it seem like it's just a normal thing. That's just business as usual. Yeah, more people are blasting lasers around at random stuff, but yeah, it's just business as usual. There's nothing like needing to see here. And they were going for these other challenges now back at the homeworld. Or this is never, one of those challenges or forces us to use a weapon for a certain round of the challenge. And that weapon it gets assigned to us is, of course, the rocket launcher, the best weapon in the game. I think the game knows that, so this isn't going to be really a challenge. And you get infinite shots in it too. Yeah, getting infinite shots at one of the best weapons in the game, or just an average challenge that we've already seen tons of before. Sounds like a typical challenge in this game. This level is going to be pathetically easy. Or mostly easy for the most part. Unless it gives you like a bad weapon. But then again, there aren't very many bad weapons in this game. This isn't really a challenge. Some levels of this game are genuine challenges, and a lot of them are not. And this is one of the ones that's just, genuinely easy. It's like the game wanted to give you a breather. Well, I guess that's probably why they did this, is to give you a breather. Sometimes I think this game would be better if it had more variety in it, so it wasn't just all constant battling or constant bashing. If it had more like puzzle solving stuff or even like other like arcade style mini games in it too. But I don't think they were going for that. They just took what was best about Ratchet and Clank and just gave us more of it. I mean, people play Ratchet and Clank for the action, right? The weapons, the battling, the other types of battles that you get. That's what they wanted the most, I think, from this game. And that's what they gave us. And I think they succeeded well at it. Sure, it doesn't have a lot of variety in it, but it's still that doesn't mean it's bad. It's still pretty good. It succeeds at what it's supposed to be. An action game, a battling action game. And that's forcing us to use the rip-off, the bootleg Nitro Eruptor, whatever it's called, to just destroy all the enemies with this. It's almost halfway there to being fully upgraded. I don't think this weapon is that great, even when it's fully upgraded. Then again, I never really used this weapon to a point where it got fully upgraded anyways, so I have no idea what it's like when it's fully upgraded. Only like one more round left. Yeah, we're on the last round now. I'm just gonna decide to send these pretty much indestructible, he's almost indestructible, laser turrets, which just get destroyed by several blasts of this launcher, this Nitro Eruptor wannabe, this Nitro Eruptor ripoff, though we have an at-home version of the Nitro Eruptor. The Nitro Eruptor was like Windows XP or Windows, like Windows XP or something like that, and this is like Windows 11. Windows 11 is greatly inferior to Windows XP. Windows 11 is the we have it at home version of Windows XP, and yet somehow it dominated the computing world. Goes to show you don't really need to put a lot of effort into things to make something that would become a big success that the whole world is gonna love. Ray Phoenix, signing out.